Hey everyone, it's Nikita, and this is a bonus episode for the Journey Girl Magic podcast. I am so excited to bring you this episode because it's something new that I want to try. This episode is called JourneyStories, and it's a part of a series that I may try to do monthly, once a month, not putting too much pressure on myself. But what this is I'll be talking with someone once a month and just hearing about their journey. Oftentimes in podcasts, I really enjoy when the host interviews people. But I found that the majority of the people they interview are people who are launching things and creating things and giving information about where they're going next. And that's super helpful. And also, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the journeyer, the everyday person, the everyday extraordinary person who's just talking about their journey and what they've learned and maybe how they've applied the 5 steps, my 5 steps to starting your imperfect journey, to their lives. And so this first one, I'm really excited because it talks about the journey of where it all began, of where I began. This interview is with my mom, and we talk about just what it was like raising the journey coach, what life was like for me through her eyes, what her hopes and wishes for me were and have been, the advice she has for me, and some of her favorite memories. And so this is already a nostalgic episode for me, because it was a time for me and my mom to just sit, talk, reconnect. And I learned a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of things, and I see my mom in a new light. And if I wasn't grateful for her before, I'm definitely more grateful for her now. So this is the bonus episode, JourneyStories, where it all began. I hope you enjoy. Happy journeying, y'all. Alrighty. Hey, Mama.
Hi, Nikita. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
So we're just going to get started. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions about how life was with the Journey Coach,
Okay.
officially known as Nikita, and just your thoughts and feelings, and we'll see where that takes us.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty, so I would love to know, starting off, of course, the Journey Girl Magic podcast is all about life's journey. And so I would love to know from you what you think the word journey means.
To me, journey is like an adventure. You have work, you have fun, you have a goal, but in reaching that goal, you're going to have a lot of steps in between and a lot of things to look back on when you're older as to how you've gotten to that journey, through that journey.
Okay.
Plenty of adventure.
Okay. What would you say when you think about me growing up as a kid, my most memorable moment?
Just one?
We'll start off with one, and then we'll see, and we can go from there. So one, having another one on the back burner.
Okay, one is when you were older, you was a teenager, and you was at the Savannah International Trade Center, and you had to give a speech. And I listened to you. You spoke about yourself, and believe it, I learned a lot from you at that time. You was quiet. You was your person. You talked about how you thought about things. You didn't just go out and ask people. You, I guess, internalized them, came up with an answer, and then you went from there. So you're not the type of person to go out to people first. You do it yourself, and then if you need help, you go out and get it.
Okay. So in that moment, what did you learn about me? Because you said you learned a lot, so I'm assuming you learned a lot about the information, but also what did you learn about me as a person?
I learned you were the type of person that did not talk a lot about your feelings.
Okay.
You would think about what you wanted, and what I've learned from that is that I wasn't the type of person to just sit down and say, Nikita, what's going on? Because you're not going to really tell me. You're not going to tell me. You'll come up, once you get an answer, then you may tell me about it. Okay. So that's what I learned a lot about.
Okay. Nice. What's another memory?
Another memory is when actually you were 16, and that kind of goes along with the other moment. Okay. You wanted a birthday party, and you came to me, and I told you need to go and plan the party and see what you want, how you want it, and everything. And once you got all your planning and stuff done, then come to me, and then we'll go over it and talk about it. And you did everything. You planned what you wanted, where you wanted, who you wanted to be there, how you wanted it to be. You did everything, and then you came to me and we looked at it, and you went to the skating ring. You got a hotel. You got a chaperone for the hotel. The boys was not allowed to go in the hotel. They can come up and get something, but then they had to leave right away. And it was a girls' birthday party for the girls after that. And that told me, okay, you know how to do things. So I felt confident in whatever you did, that you're going to think about it first, and then you get a plan, and then you have action.
Okay, nice. Actually, now that you say that, I remember that party, because you said that a couple of times when we've been talking, and I'm like, I don't remember I have no idea what you're talking about. But I actually do remember that, because it was at the hotel. So, as my mother, what has it been like as a mother watching me grow into who I am today?
First of all, I learned that I had a day and night in my house, and everybody was individuals. You was one person, Melody was the other one. I couldn't treat you, or I could treat you equal, but I couldn't treat you the same, because you all had your own personalities. So you was the type of person that you was calm, you was mild, you was peaceful. Okay, so I had to treat you that way. Because I learned how to treat you, the person that you are. And you were a person that you wanted to do things kind of your way, though. I would tell you something, and you decide, I think internally, am I going to do it that way, or am I going to do it my way?
100%.
So yes. You are the one that I basically stayed on more. But you turned out to be a super person that I love and I'm very proud of. But I can see from the way when you started to where you are now, it all fits into place.
Okay. Tell me more about where I am now, and kind of as a mom, you watching me now in my adulthood, what that's been like.
In your adulthood, I felt comfortable that you can hold your own. That was the most important thing for me, is that you can hold your own. You make your decisions, you think about what you're going to do, you go out and you do it. And if it doesn't work, then I guess you back up and you try to figure it out again and go from there. But you're not the person that asks a lot. And from me, you don't come to me and ask me a lot. You basically do it on your own, and then after it's either failed or been successful, then you tell me about it. Okay. But I'm at a point as a mother that I have confidence in you, that if I die today, I don't have to worry about it, because I know you'll be able to hold your own as a person, as a mother, as a wife, and as a person, period.
What was, so kind of going back a little bit, growing up, what was your hope for me or your wish for me?
Well, initially, when you all was growing up, I put you into everything, all kind of activities, hoping that you would choose one. And then that one is what you would actually concentrate on in life. But it just didn't work out that way for me. Every time I put you all in something, then you liked it and you wanted to do something else. So we just kept going and going. So really, I didn't know what your profession was going to be. And when you decided you wanted to be into dance, okay, then I said, okay, so she chose one of the things that she's done. So she's dancing. But of course, she didn't stick with dance. She went to dance. She got massage therapy. You went into the business world. So you're kind of well-rounded.
Now, as an adult, what is your wish for me?
I wish that you would continue on a journey that you decide that's good for you. I know that you'll be successful. You'll have your little stepping stones that you have to go through. And you'll need to take your baby steps before you take those giant steps. So you just maintain the journey that you're on, that you said, this is what I wanted to do. And you told me a goal in 2021 was to have your own business, and that would be your only thing that you're doing as far as business-wise. So I'm hoping this year it will kind of go that way, where you will go ahead and prepare yourself, get things in order. So in 2021, when you're ready to let go of your first profession and then get into your business, then you'll be do that. And I know you'll be successful because you are constantly looking at ways and things.
We're going to like the last couple questions. What is the best piece of advice you believe that you've given me so far in life?
I'm not sure if it's so much as advice as far as allowing you to do things, because as you all have grown, as you've grown, I always felt guilty about not doing things for you.
Okay.
And when I say that, I mean I wanted you to do things for yourself. I wanted you to think for yourself, use your brain, and this comes from my experience as a child. I don't want people was telling me what I needed to do and how I need to do it and why I needed to do it. No, let me do it myself. And if I fail, then you're there to support me. Okay, same thing with you. You was able to do stuff and go ahead and think for yourself. So right now, like I said, I'm comfortable with where you are because I know you can think for yourself. You don't let people just guide you into things, Okay, one of the things that I wanted to say is that when you all were a child, that you used to come and say, I can't do this, I can't do that. And one thing I always stress to you, you can do it, but right now you might need help. So don't ever come to me and say, I can't do it, and come and say, I need help. So I remember the days when you would go have problems in doing things, and then you come, Mom, I need help. And then that day, I know that got through because you might not be able to do it right now, but with a little help, you can do it. But a little later on, when you try it, then you might be able to do it by yourself.
So then I guess the last question, or not necessarily a question, well, it is a question. Is there anything else you want to say or leave with me, leave with the Journey Girl Magic family? Just any last words that you want to leave us with?
I want to just say that I'm very proud of you. I want you to continue to do what you're doing. You know when to change steps and how to negotiate your life. You always have support. So you can always depend and fall back on that support system. But I'm confident that you're going to make whatever you decide you're going to do, you're going to make it.
Sounds good. This was a good conversation. We have our conversations, but it's always nice to just sit and chat. So thank you for doing this interview and just talking with me, and just know that I love you.
And I love you too, and much success, and I'm your support system.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. I'm so appreciative and grateful for your time and your listening ear. Show notes for this episode can be found at JourneyGirlMagic.com/podcasts and by clicking on today's episode. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to the Journey Girl Magic podcast to be the first to know when a new episode becomes available. You can also leave a review and let me know how this podcast is helping you on your journey. I read them all. I look forward to journeying with you next week, and remember, it's your journey, so show up, be vulnerable, practice gratitude, be a badass, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. Welcome to your journey.